Now, Till MP and climate campaigner Zali Steggall has hit out at the PM and Mr Bowen for using two planes to attend the same clean energy event in the New South Wales Hunter Valley last week. The irony in that statement is incredible. But here she was on Sunrise today.
Considering they're going to a solar announcement that's all about reducing emissions, I certainly hope they were at least offsetting the emissions of those two jets with companies, you know, like Greenfleet and other places like that, where you can offset the emissions of your travel. So I certainly hope, and I call on the Minister for Climate Change to do that.
Stephen, this is an absolute mess. It's a shocking look. Mr Bowen claims, well, no, it was the RAAF's decision, but they got this one really wrong, didn't they?
Christy and I actually discussed this morning, and I know the Hunter Valley better than most. I spent a lot of my broadcasting career up there, and the reality is that this was an absolute shocking display of waste. Now, firstly, the Prime Minister's jet, as I understand it, carries 30 passengers. I don't know why you'd need 30 people there, but these two jets they flew hold 14 passengers each. Now, at best, I can only imagine that they needed 10 people to fly to this thing. Now, if they had flown commercially, and the drive from Williamtown Airport to Liddell Power Station is about an hour and 10 minutes. From Scone Airport's about 45 minutes. So they saved about 25 minutes and cost us an absolute fortune. Now, Zali Steggall can go on about emissions and all of that kind of stuff, but it's just the absolute waste of our money that's the real problem.
Well, apparently this has cost over $100,000 to the taxpayer. And if you look a quick Google search of those two jets, they can take 14 passengers each. So that's 28 passengers. What an absolute waste of money. It's ridiculous. Christy, and how hypocritical of Labor. They lecture us about carbon emissions. They go on and on about green energy, yet they fly in two gas guzzlers to the same event.
Well, how many Labor MPs and public servants does it take to fly to coal mining country to tell them you're going to shut them down? It's the irony of this is incredible, and you can pick it apart in so many ways. Yes, it was an environmental announcement. Yes, they could have flown commercial. Yes, they were scared not to go without a contingent of 27 staff plus the two ministers, that's 29, and a significant crew as well. It is an absolute disgrace. And I can tell you what, when I was a ministerial advisor to senior cabinet ministers, we were actively discouraged from flying on prime ministerial jets unless we were needing to. Ministers only took two advisors, one if they could get away with it, and we flew economy instead of business, even though we were entitled to under our entitlement provisions. There is a lot of lack of transparency going on with this, and blaming the public service, blaming the Defence Department. Labor's in enough trouble with the Department of Defence at the moment. I wouldn't be doing that if I was them.
Yeah, exactly. Spot on.
And I can guarantee they didn't catch a bus from Scone down the New England Highway either.
Oh, of course not. When they would have gotten a com car, and that just raises another question. Where did the com car come from? Has it come from Canberra? Has it come from Sydney? I mean, there's so many unanswered questions here. It's just absolutely ridiculous.